Hey everybody, it's Amy Gretchen and I'm back with another Project Life Process video. I feel like it's been a really long time since I worked on this project and it made me super happy to just sit at my desk and tell these everyday stories. It really kind of fueled me and reminded me of this is my favorite project and I want to keep giving time to it. So I've made a commitment to myself to definitely doing it once a week. I've got other projects going on and sometimes I get really distracted, but this is the project I definitely want to be working on. So totally making that commitment to myself. All right, so I'm actually working on a November spread from 2019. I believe it is week 48, so it's like the week right before Thanksgiving. And I'm using Allie Edwards' November Stories by the Month kit, and it came out in October, and I just really love the very earthy November type theme. The colors are definitely going with the time of the year, and I just had a lot of fun playing with some of the elements in this kit. Of course, you will see that I don't go too crazy. I don't do anything particularly that creative with this layout other than just getting my photos down and using the cards and using some of the chipboard, and really that's about it. And that's all you really have to do. Just a reminder to you guys, I know it's fun to be able to do all the creative stuff, but sometimes it's nice just to get those stories told and in the books. So that is what I did this evening. And like I said, it just felt really, really good. And of course, it was so enjoyable to be able to go back and relive some of these memories as I was working on the spread. All right, so I basically have everything laid out and I'm kind of looking through the embellishments and trying to decide, where I want those to go and how I want to lay those out. Like I said, I only end up using a few. And so I decided to start with the title card, which is usually the last thing I do, but I knew exactly how I wanted it to go, that I wanted to use the Studio Calico Mega Date Stamp, which I haven't used in a while. And I love, love, love. This is definitely one of my favorite tools. It is a little bit harder to maneuver. That is my only complaint with this tool, but I really love it. As you can see, the one in the 18 did not punch out very well. I didn't get it stamped, I guess, really good, or I didn't stamp it down. I don't know. So I just grabbed over some black ink and just kind of added a little to it. You can tell that it's still not stamped down all the way, but it's fine. I don't mind that look. Sometimes I do, depending on the project I'm going with, but something like this, I definitely don't mind at all, especially when it is sandwiched in between the week before and the week after. You will have no doubt what the dates are. All right, so once again, I'm going back to the chipboard set. So this chipboard set's always fun. Of course, if you've used any of Allie's Story by the Month kits before, or just any of her other projects, you know that she has several different dies that she uses for chipboard. And she's actually been coming out with a few new ones, which has been fun. But I always enjoy being able to play with the one size, or I should say the one shape, which is the oval. So definitely a lot of fun that you guys can have with those. All right, so I am working on this. It was a 3x4 picture. This is actually an iPhone photo. It's not the best quality because we were inside. And my mom has this tradition of taking the kids shopping, and she ends up doing it before Black Friday because she doesn't like all the craziness of Black Friday. And a lot of times nowadays, companies are, having sales even before Black Friday. So we ended up going shopping, and Bella came home from school and we just went and hung out with my mom. Typically it's something that they do together, but I feel like I'm there every year, which is kind of nice because they're looking for Christmas gifts, and then I'm, getting some ideas as well, because obviously my mom's not buying everything that they are asking for. So it kind of gives me some ideas, which is really nice. And of course, it's just a really fun outing together. And with Bella not living at home, it was fun to have her in town. So Tess was actually there, but she's not in the picture because she was trying something on. So just happened to be the only picture I ended up taking that outing, which is unfortunate. I really need to be better about that. But honestly, sometimes when you're just like in the moment, I'm totally fine if then you miss out on that, you know, because you were 100% there. All right, so I decided that I knew that there was a couple more pictures that I wanted to do. In fact, the 4x6 photo that I printed out that you can't see, I actually did have that one printed, but it printed really bad. And if you can see the photo that is in the upper right-hand corner, that 4x6 of the leaves, that actually is really muted because I was running out of ink and I decided to go for it anyway. And it printed really muted, and I actually liked it for that actual photo, but it did that with the photo that I reprinted in black and white. It was a color version, and the color version is really bad anyway. It had this really weird yellow cast that I couldn't get rid of, and it printed out poorly in color. So I just went ahead and I tried it again in black and white. So you'll see that at the end. All right, so I wanted to do some more 3x4 cards, and so I was trying to figure out what is exactly center. And I should have realized this. I didn't at the time when I grabbed over my ruler, but then I figured out that if you just take 1.5 inches off of each side, then it's going to be directly in the center. And honestly, I've never thought of that before until yesterday when I was measuring it, and I was like, oh my gosh, just measure to 4.5 inches and cut, and then you'll be fine. And then do it at 3 inches on the other cut. So anyway, just a tip in case you are like me and have never really thought of it before. So it made cutting this second card really easy. I really wanted to use this card. I liked the brown and how it was all fitting in. Hindsight though, I was like, oh, I kind of wish I had saved it for the next week. I don't know that I have a lot of photos for the next week, and it would have been a good 4x6. So I may have to recycle. I don't know. There's no such thing that says you can't like do 2 cards if like you recolor it, right? So I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe using it again because I really love that sentiment. And for week 49, the week of Thanksgiving, I'm thinking of just doing all of my journaling cards are going to be like thankful cards or things that I am grateful for. So that's kind of what I'm planning on doing for the following week, kind of a themed week, if what have you. So during this week, one of the stories that I'm telling is going up to visit my daughter and seeing her play in her quartet. So I love that she continues to play music and that it is a part of her major. Well, it is her major and a big part of her life still. And I love the chance to go see her play, and they just did a beautiful job. So of course I had a photo, and then I had the tickets as well. And that journaling that I just wrote was basically all about what I just said, you know? So that is what that story was about. You'll see a little bit later. I wait to do my other journaling because I'm just not 100% sure what happened that week. So I have to consult my journal, which is one of the reasons why I love keeping a journal, so that I can go back and look and I can tell these stories as if they were in real time. All right, so one thing that I did want to mention, you guys, I am actually using a new camera. So here's my journal. I'm actually using a new camera. So I want to apologize for number one, that it's so bright. I did not realize that my exposure compensation was up, I think almost 2 stops. So it is a lot brighter. And then also I didn't realize as I was working that the focus kept adjusting. So I think I need to play with my settings with this camera. Like I said, it's totally new and I'm not 100% sure what settings I should be using. So that's something that I'm going to need to do a little bit of research on so I can figure that out and give the best video I can for this. But I'm super excited about my new camera because hopefully it'll help me do some live videos, which is going to be a goal of mine for 2021, even though it kind of scares me. So I'm interested if that is something that you guys would want to join me on is a live craft. I know that a lot of people seem to be doing it these days, so I'm considering jumping on the bandwagon. So we'll see. That is my plan. So anyway, I am done with this week and just wanted to add one more of those oval embellishments on to the photo, and I just cut off the bottom there. And then I'm done. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. And if you like what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you are new here, welcome, and please consider subscribing. All right, you guys, we will see you in the next one. Bye.